Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Finding a Partner, Singles Over 60 with Carolyn, and I'm Carolyn. I want to tell you how much I appreciate the new subscribers, also the comments to my page, and also the emails that I get requesting that I deal with particular issues that may pertain to you or someone you know on this YouTube channel, which is dealing with finding a partner, being partnered when you're over the age of 60. If you would like to email me, please do so at this email address. It's very simple. It's singleseniorsover60@gmail.com. Okay, that having been said, I want to tell you that I did receive a very interesting email from one of you who wrote to me yesterday, not because you were concerned about yourself, but because you were concerned about your 70-year-old mother. Tomorrow, I'm going to read to you that email and tell you exactly what the issue is. Today, I'm going to prepare you for that for a little bit, because you know, when I focus on finding a partner, I would like to have you enter the world of finding yourself. So before I go into that email tomorrow, I'll tell you generally, I heard from a daughter of a 70-year-old woman. The daughter is in her 40s, late 40s. Her mother, of course, is 70, as I said. Her mother was widowed a little over a year ago after a 52-year marriage. Now, we're going to assume that the woman 70 fits into the category and identifies with the generation known as the baby boomers. I don't know them, but if she's 70, she's certainly in that age range. And also, the daughter told me that after a 52-year-old, very happy and content marriage to her father, her mother, after about a month of being widowed, went hog wild. I will tell you more about that tomorrow and what that means. But that being said, I want to tell you that one of the things we'll deal with tomorrow is the generational differences between a daughter and a mother of this age group. And I think that's very important for us to look at. Yesterday, we dealt with a man who felt a generational difference with the son of the woman he loved very much. And he was overcoming obstacles so that perhaps the two of those could become partners with each other, and maybe even marriage in their case, and also satisfy the needs and help with the insecurities of this woman's grown son. Here we have another situation where there's a woman in her 40s. Her mother, she's known her mother a certain way for 52 years. She had a 52-year marriage, and suddenly she has gone hog wild, and the daughter really has no idea what to think about this. Okay, we're going to be looking at generational differences here because it's pertinent to us. When we were teenagers and young adults, our parents were looking forward to getting us out of the nest. They had supported us for 18, 20, 22, 24 years. I don't know. It was different for all of us. But they had supported us for a long time. And they had reared us in such a way, hopefully, to be responsible adults. And they were looking for us to move on so they could get on with their lives. Our parents had a life too. We may not have known it, but they had their own life and their own agenda too. They were looking to get back on with their lives. And they were looking to, with support, getting us out of the household. We remember that. Remember that? Our parents were particularly upset when we told them that we were marrying a partner, especially if they found the partner was eligible in terms of their criteria. Okay, now you have all of us that are over 60, 60, 70, somewhere in our 80s, maybe even 90 or so forth. Now, when we look to become partners, either after a divorce or after a death of our spouse, or maybe we have been single for a long time. In any event, we're looking at a new direction in our lives and looking to be partnered. But now we have adult children. And unlike our parents who wanted us out of the household, our adult children may not be so thrilled with the idea that we become partnered at our age. There are many reasons for this. Valid reasons. Let's talk about the valid reasons. Maybe they think they're going to have to look after us and some old person that we marry. So not only do they have to look after poor old mama, now they got to look after this poor old man that she's married, or daddy's bringing in an old woman, or daddy's bringing in a floozy. You know, we don't know. But anyway, they have these concerns. They may also be concerned, well, mama or daddy might get with someone and they're going to spend all their money, and then they won't have any money for their Tylenol, and we're going to have to fork out of our pockets and buy mama's prescriptions and get her a bottle of Tylenol. We don't know what they're thinking, but maybe they're also still bereaved and haven't become accustomed to losing a parent or a step-parent that they had become very fond of. But there are a number of reasons that maybe our adult children do not want us to move forward. And you know what? That's hard on us. That is hard on us. We love our children. We raised our children. We want our children to respect us and to respect our judgment and to respect our decisions and to respect our choices for our future. But that doesn't always happen, not because they're disrespectful, but maybe because they're afraid or they're frightened or they're sad. There are a lot of good reasons for that. But there are also some irrational reasons, and I want to talk to you about that a little bit too. If you go back to earlier YouTube segments, you will see that I talked about different generations and the nicknames that we have for those generations. Basically, that means that we were somehow molded by our peers, and some of our sort of global behaviors can be similar because of these generations. You know, the baby boomers, the rule breakers, the ones who started new trends and new fashions and fought for civil rights and fought for gender equality and maybe even went wild, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And my generation, the silent generation, we're very traditional. We are rule followers, and we wanted to stick to the status quo. And then we have the next generation, the X generation, and they really don't want to be identified at all. Oh no, we were raised by the baby boomers. Don't put us in any category. We're in no category. We're our own people. We're sort of gonna go our own way. Well, I look at those generations because I want to look at who you are and what you possibly believe and how you were molded by your peers and how I was. And that'll give us a better idea of what we're looking for when we talk about becoming partnered. But also, we need to look at our children. Yes, we raised them. How did we raise them? I raised mine to be a baby boomer. Maybe the woman who we're having the email about, we're going to talk about tomorrow, who went hog wild, maybe she is a boomer herself. And now that she finds herself single, she wants to break tradition and go and find herself and to find her freedom and to dance barefoot on the beach and run the bars and experiment with being a single person, maybe for the first time in her entire life. But we can better understand those things if we understand the generations from which we come and who raised us. How were we reared? What are our values? And What do our children expect us to be? What is reasonable concern for our children, and what is unreasonable concern for our children? There are many things our children may be concerned about that interfere with our relationships. Maybe they're afraid they're not going to get any inheritance. You see the bumper sticker on the car all the time. I'm going to Alaska. I'm spending my children's inheritance. Maybe they're afraid that they will make bad decisions and end up placing themselves in danger of some sort, running around with men or women they don't know, or deciding to take a trip with someone they hardly know, maybe meeting someone on the internet who they don't know. So there's some reasonable fears and there's some unreasonable fears. Tomorrow, I am going to read that email from this young woman, and we're going to get to know this mother and the daughter a little bit more closely. And as we get to know them closer, we're going to learn more about ourselves and who we are and how we would like to be partnered. There are many stumbling blocks to our moving forward as single men and women in our 60s and over. Many stumbling blocks. We don't have any confidence. We don't know what is expected of us. It's new, and of course, new challenges become more difficult for us when we're older. There are challenges enough for us anyway to move forward in our life. Please, children, don't challenge us further with unreasonable expectations and requests. We will welcome your reasonable ones, and how sweet it is that they are concerned and they want our happiness and they even care about us. You know, some kids don't these days, so we're lucky if we have the ones who really do care. So many things in our favor, and also many things for us to look at as we look to become partnered and find a partner if you're over 60. Please keep your comments coming. Please subscribe to my channel. I have new people subscribing every day. It makes me feel really good. And if you will, email me with your questions, comments, and concerns, and let's do the best we can to focus on those and handle those and come up with solutions that we think are really good ones. Until tomorrow then, I will say have a wonderful day, and I'll see you then. Good night.